Afternoon, everyone. It's Aaron here, founder and CEO of 28 Games. Hope you're doing well and your weekend's ending off well. Well, if you did just see here, we got a little something going on with this 2008 Scion XD. It's showing that light right there. You know, it popped up when I was driving home after I picked up my dropped my mother off at work, and I'm like, no, it just can't be, not this car. But with a used car, this is something that happens. It's very, very common. Check engine lights can be thrown for anything as small as a sensor issue. It could be a timing issue with the timing belt. It could be transmission. It could be any part of the vehicle. And I was debating whether to take it into my local repair shop, which is O'Reilly's here, have a mechanic do a once-over, look it over. But I backed out of that because I don't know if I'm, number one, I don't know if I have enough to cover it. I'm thinking it's either going to be a serpentine belt, or one of the belts, a serpentine belt, or one of the belts that are loose. Also, it could be the starter, because when the key is turned and it starts, on start, the engine squeals, so it squeals a little bit, and then it levels out. But it could be, I think it's the crankshaft that turns the flywheel, and there's teeth on the starter, and basically if you turn the key in the ignition cylinder for too long, they say never turn too long, you can damage the teeth on the starter. It's not good for the starter. It puts tension on the starter. So I'm thinking, you know, it's either going to be, I'm thinking it's a belt, or it could be the starter. I don't think it could be anything else besides an oxygen sensor. It was just kind of disappointing, you know, because even the most reputable dealers, even if it's someone that you know by family, because my aunt bought this car through a dealer that she knows very well, you know, so you can get good deals and stuff like that. That's why it's always good to have, you know, someone in the car, you know, car business that you know, because you can get a good deal. You won't get you won't get upsold. You won't, you know, have to do haggling, which is basically get the price that you want for the car that you want. You know, you want to have a good dealer, and you want to have, you know, them listen to you, listen to the car you want. Don't try to force you in a car you don't want. Don't try to put you in a lease you can't afford. Financing, you know, the whole 9 yards. And dealers, yeah, I went to 2 dealers. I never bought a car. Because my credit ain't that good. You know, my FICO, which is what they use here in the States, was 720. It dropped to 690 because I had a Capital One credit account I never used. After 2 years of inactivity, they shut it down. My FICO dropped to 690. All right, so we're at 340 here. So yeah, I'm just listening to the car right now, and it doesn't sound like there's any engine knocking, misfires, anything like that. It's kind of rumbled a little bit. When it shakes around, a cylinder misfire, that can be because of the spark plug or not the catalytic converter. Catalytic converter is one of the 3 top reasons why a check engine light's thrown on a Scion XD. It's emissions problem, catalytic converter, or sensor, which could be the very smallest an oxygen sensor, which is inexpensive repair. If I have to go, if the mechanic replaces the serpentine belt, that's going to run me about anywhere between 50 to 132 bucks, which I get 122 right now. So if it's on the low end, I'll be able to afford it, but if it's in the high end, I'm not going to be able to. So I said to my mother, I said, look, you know, the check engine light went on, and, you know, it sucks that it happened. I get discouraged, you know. I had this car for 3 days, but big thing, okay? When you purchase a used car, as is, okay? That could mean a lot. That could mean the dealer might not be telling you stuff, and they're supposed to be transparent with that. Same thing with a second-hand car that you buy privately. That owner, you know, might not tell you something. They'll say, oh, it's got a clean title, and then they won't show you the title. Maybe that's, you know, and they'll give you, like in my case, the last car I had, which was a 2005 Jeep Liberty Limited, Trailblazer Edition, or something like that. I had it for 3 months. The guy basically screwed me over. It wasn't my decision. It was the resource coordinator. When I was taking care of my sister, he said, look, I'm going to give you a few choices. From cars to pick, you pick one. We're going to get it because my sister needed transportation because it was part of my job. You know, what I did for her. So, you know, if I didn't have transportation, her supervisor would bring the hammer down on her, the resource coordinator, and the state would bring the hammer down on the social agency which I work for. But I'm just listening. I'm just listening to the. Yeah, it sounds like something. I don't know. It sounds like something's up. What I am gonna do is pop this actually. See if there's anything in here. There's a little spirit I can use. No. Doesn't sound. See, that's it right there. That's the engine, dual VVTi, variable valve timing with intelligence, so it's got a little bit more power. That's got a nice battery right there. It's got a Toyota battery. And if you look right here, see that time right there? That's where the belts are. Part of the timing system. It doesn't sound like anything's bad. Sounds good. A little bit of rattling, but yeah. Yep, those are the belts right there. With the timing belt, 17 belt timing system. And you can wash your fluid right there. That's the dipstick for the oil. Get the coolant. Get the coolant in right there. Excellent, everything. Okay, yeah, and that's a little oil right there. Yep, so this is it's a 1.8 liter DOHC, which is dual overhead camshaft, 16 valves, 1.8 liter. It's also an I4, so it's 4-cylinder inline, so it's a straight 4 engine. The cylinders go right across the camshaft. Yeah, doesn't sound like anything's up here. Oh, there's some leak right there. See that right there? I don't know if that's normal or not. It looks like something's leaking. I don't know if that's true that or not. Interesting. I mean, engine sounds good. Doesn't sound like the belts are off. Yeah, so I looked under the hood. I mean, I've seen videos before, so I've seen what the engine looks like. Yeah, it's a VVTi, variable valve timing with intelligence. This is a Toyota engine that's been made, I think, since the beginning of 96, 97. They manufacture the Scion. I'm not sure if this is the base model or not, but they made an X, B, C, and D. They manufactured this car until 2014. That's when it stopped being in production. But yeah, it's the great thing about this engine is, I understand, the VVTi inline 4, straight 4 engine, is that it requires low maintenance, which is really, really good. But it does have a little bit more power to it, and that makes sense because when you put your foot on the gas pad, accelerator pad, it really takes off. But it's really smooth, smooth handling. It's a quiet ride. It's very smooth steering. I'm just really, really shocked, but not too shocked, because with a used car, it's as is. So you got no warranty. You assume the responsibility for any damages, and it's like buyer beware. So that's why with a used car, sometimes buying new, yeah, it's tough because you got to finance and all that. Maybe you have to pay more. But new cars have problems too. But it's the expectation when you go to a dealer. That's not going to be the case. But no two dealers are alike. Again, the dealer that I went through, Young Auto Sales, my aunt's known him. They bought all their cars with cash. My aunt paid, this car was $5,152 or $5,300. My aunt made a huge, a $4,000 down payment. So my mother's gonna kind of pay her back for 3 months when she does her whole deal there. When she, because she's her personal housekeeper, so my aunt was paying her $100 one day every week. So she's gonna go 3 months without paying my mother, so my mother can pay my aunt back for what she did, the favor we did for her, or she did for us, and we're very grateful for that. But again, yeah, just, I mean, I'm gonna show you. So right here, okay, you got the dash cluster. You got lights over here. You know, that's obviously your odometer down there. You know, fasten seatbelt. That's why that's flashing. Then over here, the check engine light. You know that, and then you know your little infotainment center. That's, well, like a little info. You can call it a little infotainment center. But the thing is about this cluster is that, you know, you get your turn signals up there, obviously. It's really cool because you got a needle that sweeps. It's the speedometer. And then this one right here, you got a little smaller needle. That's the rev counter, or the tachometer. I'm looking at the tach right now, and it doesn't, you know, it's right around, what, like 700 RPM, you know, so it's not shaking all around. So the fact that it's not shaking around, that's a good thing, because there's no engine, means there's no misfire, no engine knock, anything like that. The car shakes a little bit, you know, shakes a little bit, but there's nothing there. The engine sounds good. The timing belts, the belts look okay, but there's some leakage underneath there, and that's I wonder if that's like the oil something or other. I really should know, but you know. Yeah, you know, I've done my research, but, you know, that's, mechanics know their thing. So I was thinking, yeah, should I take it to a mechanic? Should I not? I just don't know. I just feel like I want to hold off because, number one, I don't really have the money right now. But, I mean, the car can drive. When you have a check engine light, another thing here, when it's solid, okay, it's drivable. But you should schedule an appointment with a mechanic and see what's going on under the hood. If it's flashing, you should stop driving immediately and, you know, call roadside assistant or something like that. Get it taken care of. Now, I will tell you, both the cars that I drove, Sonata, 2017 Hyundai Sonata, the 1.6 liter turbo, my father's car, he bought 2017 a dealer, and then the car that I bought for $1,800, which was even worth it. I'd say more like $800, $900. Yeah, and it both had check engine lights, but I know why it's not on the other one, because, yeah. All right, but I gotta shut this video down, so it's gonna be a good few, in 28 days, history's gonna be made, but I gotta shut this video down. Aaron, founder, CEO, 28 Games, Crazy Bitches Club, so we will be saying about bitching, hug your loved ones always. All right, take care, stay safe, bye-bye.